Welcome, welcome. Oh, nice. The chat actually works today. First try. Nice. Welcome, welcome. What's up, Colossus? AXWhat? Cole, Ohad, Trid. What's up, everyone? Alright, check this out. We have this menu. It's pretty cool. You can find an opponent that literally searches for opponents based off your elo. They don't need to even be in your game, similar to Clash of Clans. I actually think this is Mataz's bot, which is pretty funny. If I go to my clan, I should be able to see. Yeah, it was his bot. Right now there's literally only 18 people, so there's only 18 possible, you know, people I could go against, but, so I'm gonna get smacked around here, but, oh, yeah, I will. But, essentially the, like, literal offline battle against other people is, it is working. What architecture to use? I have a whole video on the architecture. It's actually my most recent video on how I set up my projects. Makes a clone of the bot in the two servers. So the PvP is similar to like Clash of Clans. Dude, don't like that song. Similar to Clash of Clans in a sense where it's like you battle people's bots when they're away, if that makes sense. I did hear about that, Dev, yeah. And right now, tell me if volume's good, by the way, like music and all that. But right now, what I want to do is add the actual rating to the players that you're against, and add their clan to the name, and actually show their names instead of just player 1, player 2. That's been a long time without that. So that I actually know who I'm up against in the rating, and then we can make the what's it called? The actual elo update and whatnot. What do I use for UI? This is Figma. This is where I do all my, most of my UI. Like I made this whole UI in last stream. But it should be pretty simple, I think. To just exit out of these. Roblox supports Figma soon. They were showing some stuff off on essentially like a auto import from Figma to Roblox, but it was like an AI based solution, so the frame that you made in Figma was not actually one-to-one to the frame it would import, if that makes sense. So I don't know, we'll see. It might be able to do really basic stuff, like you know, a rounded corner, like, but really stylized stuff, like for example my menus, I really doubt it could do in really any capacity, but we'll see. Exact. Oh, dude. Oh, I suppose I should make an announcement, huh? I have a whole video on it, Rising. Dylan, I use, it's called HorseCat is what I use. But most people use UI Labs. Essentially, you create stories. And you're able to just do it that way. What's up, Clap? Yeah, Sect. And you're able to interact and whatnot with the UI. In your VS Code, your scripts don't know about assets. That's not true. If you use the Lua language server, this right here, the workspace dot hammer, let's just say, I can now type workspace dot hammer, and it knows that it exists just by using that plugin there. I don't really ever need to use it, but in the few scenarios where I do, it's there. We're using a rope constraint for welding a weapon. Be very smart. Why rope constraint? Why not just use a weld? I mean, it depends on what the weapon is, but I don't know, Mel. A nunchuck style weapon? I mean, it completely depends on how you have everything set up. I've used rope constraints once, and they worked for what I needed it to do. But yeah, the whole process, like I was saying, is functional for grabbing essentially bots in your elo and actually fighting against them. So what we're gonna do first up is actually have your rating and the opponent's rating here, along with their actual name and then any clan that they're in for their clan tag. I don't know, Midoriya. So let's get started on that. I think it will be pretty easy, I hope. I essentially just need to like pass in the names and rating of each player. And all the logic should be there already. So hello, Goth. So right here we have this update battle info, and this is what's actually being listened to when like health changes and stuff like that. They go all the way into, let's say, battle top bar. Bars, health bar here. Props, health bar props. It's just given an index. And from there, it creates the health bar. Set player name, battle info dot name, right here. Battle info. That's being passed in here. Battle info, any. So let's actually create a type battle info that I actually know what I'm looking at. And we'll just do this, export type battle info. Health, max health, damage. I don't think we need this though. Client battler. So we're saying get stats for the bot. Bot stats here, which is health, max health. What else? Name. Okay. So we basically need to, for each bot, pass in the name along with rating if it's applicable. So when we actually create the bots, we should tie a name to it. And we create the bots inside of battle. Inside of add bots, we say bot new here. Bot data. So whenever we call add bots, basically just need to pass in name and rating, like initially here. Or we could even create a function inside of BattleBot, which is set stats. No problem, Goth. Yeah, that's kind of my goals with the video, is to bridge that more intermediate to expert level. There definitely is not much out there for it. Let's just add a function set name. Yeah, no problem, Benadryl. Sup, tremendous. We need to do like name, string, and image number. No, you're good. I completely forgot anyway, so it's probably a good thing you messaged me. I honestly forgot it was such a simple thing, a simple change too. I thought that it was more than that. Ended up being like 5 characters. Probably about a month builder, but no exact date yet. I do have a Discord server for like my games, but it's like a more focused on my games rather than like development stuff. I just use Robux. I'm pretty sure it's cheaper to just use Robux. If you obviously have underwhelming. You mean overwhelming? Okay, so now we can just call set name, set elo on specific bots. And We should. Dude, I'm not liking this music. I feel like I always struggle to find music for stream. And I just end up going back to this. Should just be able to go to title info. Go to here, and then in Battler new. Up Lando. Yeah, I'm ID verified on Roblox. So here, battle add bot. Does this return the bot? It does. You can say local bot 1, local bot 2, and then I could say bot 1 set name that, the elo that, and then we can do name 1. Name 2. New channel just for YouTube fans. Honestly, yeah. And then we just go up to options. And let's just say name 1 string. Name 2 string. I didn't define it in the type. Now it's fun. Elo 1 number, elo 2 great, and then just do if cool. That's Copilot. It's a VS Code extension that I have. It is. I still don't know. I think it's free. Like there's a free whatever, but I do pay for it. But I don't really know what I'm paying for, but I find it decent for specific things, but really not good for other things. Like for example, it's amazing for auto-completing React components, like typing out background color 3 equals color 3.new whatever, or anchor point is 0.5.5. But for like really in-depth backend stuff, I actually will typically turn it off because it's more hassle than anything, and it like takes me out of flow or whatever. But that's only for like really in-depth back-end stuff. When I'm doing like front-end stuff, it's usually great. Sounds good, clap. Free for college students. Ooh, nice. What I think about the changes to DevX? Good and bad? I mean, I guess I'm curious why they think it would ever be bad. I really like it. Like, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's just a raise, you know? Like, well, I'm curious what would ever be bad about that. They increased the rate from 0.0035 to 0.0038. Yeah, yeah, Atreyu. For some reason, or not for some reason, but it was on today's picks yesterday, which I had no idea until I was looking at my Discord server. Usually they have sent me like messages in the past saying like it'll be on today's pick on this date, but they didn't do that. That was kind of interesting. The last 2 times. Are you designing games that held up so well? I would just say like there needs to be like essentially infinite content. Not actually infinite, but like I don't know. Someone should be able to play your game for 1,000 hours, in my opinion. I would just do util server, util client window. Okay, name 1 would just be players display name. Yeah, replayability. But I mean there's also other things too, right? Like, sorry, 1 sec. Display name with icons. Is this? Okay, now this is, I wasn't sure if this is used, if this was a sync or not. Display name with icons. Players dot local player. Also, I'm not gonna do this because I actually need the player's profile. So let me just make it so that it sends both profiles. What's the best data store module? I mean, I have my own that I use that I really like. So I'm a little biased, but mine. If I go to PvP service, attempt matchmaking, I want this to return both profiles. Hey TJ. Declarative UI, fusion, any tips? Geez. I don't know if I have any like specific tips. Maybe keep things modular. I like really break your logic into slices. Don't have like one monolithic script that holds all of your states. Because I know with Fusion, it comes essentially with a state management, you know, tied to it. So like React doesn't, for example. So I have these, like if I just go to build state, build slice. This is all the data for the specific slice that has to do with building. So here I'm using charm, but for Fusion you would just use the Fusion values. I think this would probably be the tip I would say. Just keep logic organized and avoid prop drilling, which is essentially passing your properties down, your props down a bajillion different methods. Is React better than Fusion? I don't know. I feel like that comes down to preference and what your goal is. Okay, I want to return both profiles. So I'm gonna do local, let's do this opponent profile. And then profile, and then I want to do local profile equals community service get profile. If not profile, then early return. Profile, opponent profile. Why is there a release image of script on the right? It works as like a scroll bar. Hello, Night Warrior. Okay. So we create, or we get the actual profile now, and we return the player's profile and the opponent's profile. So profile, comma, opponent profile. Start match profile, comma, opponent profile. Like that. And then we simply just do profile dot display name, and this would be profile or opponent profile dot bot opponent profile display name elo2 dot elo, like that. I don't know, Night Warrior. Also, I'm assuming he speaks Russian, but I don't know if he understands me, but I have a video on structure. What's use module scripts for? Everything. Literally everything is a module script. Except for 2 scripts total. Oh, I never actually did anything. I never finished this. That's funny. Okay. We'll come back to that. Let's just see if this worked. Hey, XY salt. It says my name up there. Yay. It doesn't say their name though. Why? I've been working on this new game, Salt. That's kind of where all my focus is. Oh, wait, what? It did end up going. Is it just the initial value is incorrect? Is betting next after PvP? It might be, I think trading after PvP. I think it's better to make smaller quick projects, but I don't follow my own rule, so. How much planning do you do before starting project? Basically 0. I kind of just dive in. Yeah, clap. Okay, so it is setting the names, however, it's not setting it correctly. I just need to, like, call the update function. How did you even make that? I have a whole devlog series, actually, so you get to see how I made it, but it's a lot of work. So this works. I think it's just not setting. I have no idea how true Atreyu. It's just on. Yeah, genuinely no idea how many hours. I wish there was like a studio counter. Yeah, it's just a solo project. True, Lando. Maybe someone should make that, like, unironically. I feel like it'd be really easy. Studio timer. Okay, interesting. Do you have to like remember to actually run it each session, or would it automatically start? I honestly have legitimately never made a plugin before, which is kind of funny. Client battler. What are we doing wrong? Update battle info. When are we calling this? Bot added. Update battle info. Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. Okay. We just need to call what health changed. They are not Z3. I know. I've actually been I've heard a couple of comments or read a couple of comments that with my networker, like adding types to them and all of that would be nice. And that's actually something I do want to look into. Conjointed, I would say right now Roblox is the easiest and most profitable it has ever been. So, if that answers your question. The ghost text. It's Copilot. It's an extension that I have. Let's just say when we call this, can we just do hmm. Like, do I really want to make a whole signal for this? I just have like a stats change signal, and then I can listen to it here. Health change being used anywhere but here. No. Okay, I'm just gonna rename this to stats changed. Stats change. It's not gonna pass a number. That's changed. It won't pass anything, and then I can just do this. There. When should you make init a function, when a method? I mean, typically when you would need like you would make every. Did it work? I think it did, right? Yeah, nice. We actually have names now. Cool. I can't believe it's taken that long to add that. I mean, really, if you need the self variable, like, are you talking about when to use basically the dot operator versus the colon operator? I actually still use horsecat. Let's just name this names on HP. And then let's go into the health bar, and we need to make a new thing. This would show the elo basically. So I mocked it up in Figma. Oh, we also need the clan, that's right. Do profiles have clans on them? I forget. Profile. Clan. It does. So what I can do is if profile dot clan, then basically that. No, Lando. It's just it follows the style guide. Except if it's an array, like what you just posted there, I would not have a comma after B, but if it's a dictionary, then I would have a comma after each thing. I just make a little helper function. Get bot name from profile. Beautiful. And then I can just do boom. Boom. And then if I go back and test this, we should have the clan tag there now. Why is it am I against myself? And then I need to do this. Suffix. If not local clan name equals profile.clan. If not clan name, then return profile name, profile display name. Otherwise, if that, then boom. Hi, Lachi. Nice. Also, you think this game is gonna be big? I hope so. I think so, and I hope so. What does putting question mark after the boolean do? Question mark after any type means it's that type or nil. So it's equivalent to doing this. Oops. So it could be a boolean, it could be nil, but that's pretty common. So there's just shorthand for question mark. I did hear, yeah, Mario. How's RDC? RDC was amazing. So much fun. Always a highlight. Wait, he actually died? What? I knew he was shot, but I didn't know he died. Oh my god. Wow. That's insane. Hey, yo. What's up, Derp? Welcome, welcome. We're testing PvP right now. We're making PvP. Yeah, so this is like a offline PvP system similar to Clash of Clans. So like, for example, in my clan, there's a bunch of people. Like, if I look on their profiles, these are their bots. There's only like 20 people that you can technically fight, because that's how many people have played the game so far. But you would queue up, like, find someone else's real bot, and you would essentially fight them similar to Clash of Clans, where like they don't necessarily need to be online for you to fight them. I'm gonna get absolutely mopped by this guy, because this bot is super insane. But that's kind of the idea. It's like technically the back end works, but the like ELO system doesn't work. That's in progress still. Like no ELO is awarded or taken away. Lachi, believe it or not, I actually slept through the Q&A. So I was not there, but I asked people and they said it was whatever. It was too early. It was at like 10 a.m. What's up in Bell? Orlando. How do you decide the matchmaking work at scale? I mean, I guess we'll find out. It should work, but I guess I don't know for certain, so I won't really say much on it because we don't have scale yet because it's not released. Oof, that's tough, Invel. What game? I'm curious. Okay, so this worked. We were gonna add the actual ELO rating now to their bar if it's provided, because this will only show in like ranked matches. It won't show during like flashes, for example. For neighbors, hell yeah. Yeah, dude, Figma's awesome. Based on AI coder? Not much. I mean, I use AI more so for like approaches or if I'm on the right approach, but I don't have it like write this script for me. I just pick and choose Publify. Depends on what I'm working on. If it's something that I need to like think really hard, then I usually am not live. But if it's like front end or UI or whatever, then I usually am live. Yeah, so in the health bar, let's get over here. And I want to go to the battle slice actually. And update the type here. Battle info or battle info equals data template dot battle info. That was just Figma, is what I was using for UI. Going to college next year. I'm trying to pick between CS and mechanical engineering. I mean, you could meet in the middle and do computer engineering. That's what I did. But I wish I would have just done computer science because I ended up not really liking my hardware classes, and really liked my computer science ones, but I stuck it through. Yes, cotton. Okay, now that it's actually typed, what do you learn with the CS degree that you don't learn in a computer engineering degree? Good point. Yeah, computer engineering, I feel like computer science, you'll have a lot more, like, you might have like a web development class or something like that, where computer engineering you wouldn't have that. You'd have like the core logic classes like data structures or algorithms or whatever. But then you'll also have the really, really low level things where you're like programming like FPGA boards where it's like literally in like assembly and that kind of stuff. So hi, Gvindi. Yeah, and Val, same. Okay, we have max health, so let's do player elo binding. No. And then set player elo to that. Not right now, Kavindi. I sometimes will play games at the end of the stream, but no guarantees. Yeah, I saw that cage. Insane. Yeah. So let's do that, but then we need to just make it text X alignment. Mirror left. Mirror would be right, and this would be left. And then the text. I mean, I think it's just straight up better to do it this way. This is how the rest of the world does it outside of Roblox. But I mean, I won't hate on people that don't do it this way because it has a much steeper learning curve. Okay. And then I need to do basically player elo binding map elo like that. Add a stroke to it. No, I don't really have. I wouldn't say I get stumped. No, usually I'm able to figure things out. I mean, it's definitely an initial time investment, tremendous, but I mean, the way I look at it, this is literally what the rest of the world is doing. So clearly something works there. And if like you ever want to like dive deeper than just Roblox, the amazing transferable skill to have a experience with not just VS Code but version control with GitHub and Git and everything that goes along with it, and even declarative UI, which whole nother thing, but okay, then let's add the prefix to this. Image is going to be, dude, I hate that it does this. PvP service utils. Get rank image from elo. And then we need to map this as well. Player elo binding map. Okay. Get rank from image, or get image from. Potato, typically I have like Roblox Studio on my other monitor and I use Horsecat so that whenever I like am updating, it'll just live update. But it's a little bit more difficult when I'm doing it on stream because everything's essentially using one monitor, but yeah. Okay. With image, I need to see how the prefix thing works. Padding. And I think I just need that. I think I can change the actual size of it as well, which I will almost definitely need to do. But let's just see if that works. Okay. The size actually needs to be a little bit bigger, and then looks like the anchor point was wrong. No. Do I need to do this? Horizontal alignment. Because it's in the center currently. Let's just look at it. Oh, because there's the default anchor point of 5.5. I need to actually be explicit with my anchor point. What are you in right now, Iron? Okay, make the image a little bit bigger, and then junior high school. What are you leaning towards? Okay. Move it just a little bit in. And we're chilling. What? Oh. We need to also do this. Position if mirror, then position should be that, otherwise that, and then that. Exactly, slow. Alright, cool. Still need to increase the size of the rank icon just a little bit. And it should be good. Cool. How do you skip a PvP? I'm thinking I'm gonna have like tickets, so it won't be like with currency. This was actually in my list of things I wanted to do today, is make essentially like a ticket system. You'd maybe get like a couple of free tickets a day, or you could earn them some other way too. To essentially, it's similar to Clash of Clans, basically just roll a new opponent if you don't think you can beat that one. Okay, cool. So that works. And I think it looks nice. Yes, canceling is essentially forfeiting the matches. It counts as a loss. Elo on HP bar. And I'll probably add like a confirmation that they actually want to cancel. Imagine that would be annoying if you misclick. Okay, that's done. How do you set up React? Take a look. There's a few resources out there. You might just need to Google around, but I did see the news, yeah. Okay. Now I also need to transfer. I completely redid how it actually like sets up battle, so it's just basically one central function that handles everything battle related. Before we had like init, reset, skip, separate, and then I didn't want to like re-implement every single one of those, so I'm just gonna make a new function here called function battle service client. New battle. They don't have elo. Name. we will determine in a second. I just want to get these like actually functioning first. That was RDC. RDC was awesome. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, basically just like refactoring this to all be encapsulated into one area. Good. I don't think I need to do this whole skipping thing. I don't even think I need to do that either. That should be inside of this. Skip function in here. Yes. The whole can start and all that. Don't need that either. And we just return this. Like so. And then perfect. Okay, cool. And then we basically should just be able to not use any of this, which is great. Praying you'll be invited next year. Yeah, dude, it's a great time. Meet so many cool people. Really, really awesome. Okay. This probably won't work, but maybe it will. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to click here and get an error. Yay. Battle Thunks. Oh, nice. Nice. He died. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. I know, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, rip. Pros of coding in Visual Studio. I have a whole video on it where I go over it, so. Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's see if that works. Looks like it does. What does your folder structure look like? I will show you. I made my own like tool available on my GitHub, where essentially you just have a client and server or utilities as well if I find one that has utilities, or you can go and even have more than that, but basically a client and server version of each service, and then it auto maps it to the corresponding spot in Studio. So I go to like this battle service, maybe a battle service client, whatever, and then services, battle service server is under service. That's under the replicate storage. So yeah, how many services? Yeah, that tool makes it extremely convenient because everything is just like in one central spot when you're actually working on it. But what the end user sees, they obviously don't need to get the server code, and they shouldn't. So that fixes it. Fetch a signal? What do you mean? What's it called in your GitHub? It's called genroho tree. Oh, like client fetches a signal from the server, and then whenever the server fires it, it would then send automatically to the client? No, that would not work. I feel like it wouldn't be too hard to come up with something like some kind of wrapper, but by default that wouldn't work now. Because whenever the server sends something over network, over the wire, it's essentially a brand new version of whatever you just sent. It's not like the same table, the same memory address. Also, meta tables don't get sent as well. Okay, so we need to then, so I can just go and delete. Actually, wait, let's make sure it actually works and skipping works. And meta tables be sent from server to server. Yes. As long as you're not sending it through a bindable event. But like if you're just accessing some object within the module, or it's being passed through some signal that you're listening to, it would be fine to, that would work. The bindable events break metatables. I'm pretty sure that they do. Although I haven't used bindable events in a long time because signals are better. Probably like a month. Not valid. Nope, that's the beauty of signals. They're pure code. So it doesn't even use bindable events. Yeah, I think it is something like that, slow. So I need to actually implement the skip functionality. What are signals? There are various signal packages out there. I personally, good signal. I actually have a fork version of this, but essentially you create a signal, you connect some function to it, and then you can fire it. It's a complete replacement of bindable events. Why are they different? It's a pure Lua implementation. You can read about it. There's a dev forum post about it, but they're quite literally just better in every single way. So I won't go into it in depth, but you'd think that, but no. There's actually a performance like graphs in the dev forum post that talk about it, and it's pretty significant. Yeah, they're faster, memory safe. Like once you're done using it and you have no more variables accessing it, it'll just be garbage collected, where bindables aren't like that, so they're really just better in every single way. Yes, and mainly the task library is what makes it all possible. So when I skip, I need to actually replace the bot. Yeah. Coroutines. Isn't the task library literally just a wrapper around the coroutine functions? I feel like I heard that somewhere. I feel like the coroutine API is just confusing to work with, though. Well, the task one is so easy to work with. Yeah. Okay, so we need to essentially replace bot 2. Which add bot. I don't even think battles support that right now. So it's funny, what I was doing before was literally just destroying and recreating the battle. That is obviously very inefficient, so let's change that. We just need to remove or replace bot 2. So let's just do that. Function battle. Thing is, I was trying to be really open in the way that I was setting up like this battle code. I was like, what if there's 5 different bots in the same battle and whatever, I want everything to still work, but that's good, but also like you get in the trap of what's like having to maintain or think about things that don't exist and may never exist. Oh god, RDJ. That's not good. Not good. Yeah, the _G doesn't support types. And isn't it just literally slower? Doesn't exist? Bro. No. I'm a type enjoyer. Annoyances. I mean, same. It's definitely not perfect, but I think it's a lot better than it was before we had types. A React knockoff. I wouldn't recommend you trying to do that. I think React is a very complicated library. Every UI normally? Well, why are the 2 options recreate React from scratch or do everything normally? Why can't you just use React or use Fusion or use Vide? The function signature for it is impossible. I know that they're doing a lot with the new type solver that's not out yet, related to functions. But I mean, I've had issues too when they're like, it's coming the new solver, but interesting, tremendous. Yeah, because there is no key of, right? But I believe that actually it works instant. Oh. Oh, because you're on the beta. Yes. Yes. A drum. Rip Benadryl. Benadry. Benadryl. So when we call add bot here, what's up, Lua? That was RDC. RDC was amazing. It's so much fun. Okay, well, we definitely need a destructor. Yeah, you meet so many cool people. How do I... Do I really not have a remove object in my physics engine? I know that I'm hiding my screen, doing it on purpose. Because I don't want to leak the physics engine code. Okay. That be all I need to do. Are you set with money from your Charged Energy game? Yeah, I would say it's done quite well. Oh man, this is actually really tricky. Now I see why I was re-rendering the entire scene every single time we skipped. Yeah, Barney. I don't even know if they have a destroy function. Like if I go to Battleport's booster, does it even have a destroy function? Yes, it does. But they sometimes create new objects. Like for example, damn, okay. My advice would be there is server authority coming soon that would help. Otherwise there just will be a delay. Otherwise you'll have to do some client prediction. Max data you can save per player. It's quite a lot. Okay, let's just do it the correct way, even though I really don't want to. Like, it'd be so easy just to tear down the entire battle and recreate it. But that's just not efficient. Let's just do it correct. We destroy the old bot, and we put in the new one for it. Don't need this right now. In here. Oh no, that's zero dependency for some reason. Make sure you're actually saving your wally.toml before you run wally install. Yeah, if there's like a white dot up here, that basically means you need to save the file. A Herod Heskey. Okay, so we destroy the old bots, and then yes, I bite my cheek constantly. But everyone always says I'm mogging. YouTube like auto mods comments sometimes. It's weird. Like if it has like a link or I don't even know what else. I notice whenever someone tries to send a link, it'll just delete the comment. I just enjoy it, Aper. I also feel like I create the vision of the game as I'm working on it. Like I don't really have like a document of every step I'm gonna make. It's like I wake up and I decide to work on a certain thing. I'm sure I could like delegate more, but I don't know. I have a workflow that works for me. Oh, I also need to delete the wheel constraints too. I have to hide my screen again. This is the only code that I care about not showing. Sorry. Everything else you guys got. Hard-coded admin system with a password. No, it's just it's the physics engine code for this entire game. Now you guys are gonna bait me into showing. Essentially, Lando, yeah. Because I feel like there's very few people that can make a Roblox or a physics engine in Roblox, and I'd rather not share that for now. No, this game is not out yet. Yeah, React is pretty difficult to learn. I'd probably recommend starting something a little easier, like Fusion Revive. What actually is a projectile at the end of the day? We're not actually adding the projectile, right? That's my fiance. Yeah, clap. It's like January. Okay. I think it'll work. I kind of was dumb and I was like, you know what? I'll never have to destroy the bots. That's just not true. I guess does battle scene care? Thanks, love. On game side, do I allow friendly fire, or do I allow it with the benefit of less restrictive building? I feel like it depends on. I feel like I need more context. Just straight up disable friendly fire. I would say on Roblox probably no friendly fire. But you could also do something fun with it. I don't know. Like, it totally depends on your game, but like, I don't even know what I was gonna say. But basically, source code leaked. I also need like a destroyed signal. Does this? I actually need to look at the signal source code. Is destroying it cancel the tasks? Genuinely not sure. If it's yielded. Why is my VS Code so slow? Yes, Lando. Yeah, I know Husky. Just ignore that. Just ignore that. Just act like they're public. Too lazy to change it. They were private at one point. Outside of Roblox, League of Legends. Easy. All ditching Horsecat. Yeah, everyone uses UI Labs now. But I'm still on it, so... Wait, did that actually work first try? Did. Wow. Inspired by Rivals, yes. Literally in my Figma, I have screenshots from Rivals. It's everything, Lando. It's a class, not a service, but yeah, tremendous. There's like a battle camera class. Three. Attempt skip. Oh, do I just not have the skip set up, or what? Oh. About a month ahead. Nice. Yep. Still need to then set name and elo as well. What do you mean by domain models, Hesky? I'm not familiar. This code's kind of crap, but it's gonna work. That's all that matters. Kinda. That name of table. Oh. Who modeled the game? I did. This is a solo project. Player's camera C-frame on the server. You'd have to pass it through like a remote event or something, but not directly. But that's pretty normal for like FPS games to look where players, to see where players are looking, so that like their character moves, like their torso moves up and down, if that makes sense. Okay. No, Husky. Like certain parts with unique abilities? Or what do you mean, name squared? You're talking about like the augments from Tart of Uncertainty? So I know parts can have like specific bonuses, which is very similar to the mobile game, where it's like this part has a bonus on it, so it would give more health to Stomp, and this is a bonus 20% damage to a lance, which is a weapon, which is here. You can like kind of play around with it like that, but yeah. Redulsive, you have to use the Lua language server plugin on Roblox Studio right here. Yeah, Publify. It's that's why I don't really worry about that kind of thing, because at the end of the day, people are gonna be able to call remotes whenever they want, regardless of your efforts. To just make it so that your code makes sense. Just assume that they can call it whenever. Sanity check. No, you can just run. How? Just by using name a script init.lua and put it as a child of a folder, and then it will become that. Like here, my physics engine is init.lua, which means it is that it is actually that parent, basically, and everything is a child of it. Scripts being the parent of another's. Yeah. So physics engine is a parent of Circle. Like if I go to Roblox Studio, you'll see. I don't know. Um. Okay. So for this, need to do play name with icons, players dot local player. What's up, Robo? And then name 2 will be passed here. A request battle. Let's just do this. Non-destructive battler. And let's make a name generator. One sec. I am setting up the bot name generator, and this seems like a perfect use case of AI. Yoink. All right, did it work? Oh, what? I made it generate batch? I just want to do generate. Brawl Creme Blast V5. Brett Cran Arc Mark 1. Braid Kraz Boom. I don't really like them. They're very long too. Okay, let's see if this is better. Why is this so bad? Okay, let's try this instead. Way different approach. I realized I pasted it in the wrong spot. Okay. Those are better, I think. Some of them are too long, but it's fine. Jesus. There's so many options. You're gonna see what I'm about to post. Oh, whoops. I really like to put X and everything. Guess I can put this on the screen, doesn't matter. Biredulsive. This is the peak usage of ChatGPT right now. How many gallons of water did that just use? C# to TypeScript. It was very useful when I was learning React Lua. What are the odds there's like a combination that makes a bad word though? That's what I'm scared about. Yeah, slow. Those systems like are definitely harder than they seem at a glance. An inventory system makes it harder. I disagree now. I think inventories really are. Roblox doesn't have filtering. I mean it does, but since these are just names that I'm generating, I don't really want to have to pass everything through a filter, but inventories really aren't that difficult. Like, really just a table. Okay. Like with the gifting system, there's so much that goes into it where it's like you have to interact with a lot of asynchronous calls and things could fail and yada yada yada. And if you want to do cross-server gifting and all of that, except I did actually make a whole service for it. I could actually open source this. I was planning on it. It was in our defense RNG, and then like the whole like even notifying people. I go to literally monetization service. I'm in it right now. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. And it needs to be able to, like, what if a player's online, what if a player's offline? Yeah, it's easier that way. Yeah, I agree, because they have the built-in, like, global whatever, which I actually do use in this. The global messaging. But, like, yeah. I don't know. I feel a lot goes into it. Back when I used to type out every single function in the definition. Yeah, exactly. It's also so many edge cases with it. I would, but it doesn't work with my workflow. Like, it's just too much of a hassle. Fast-paced ball game, custom physics. That's cool, Benadryl. But did you watch the new server authoritative stuff? It's pretty dang cool actually, and it would definitely help you quite a bit. Exactly, Benetril. It's there was a really cool demo that they showed. A really cool demo that they showed that I actually was messing around with. They had a booth and I was playing with it. It was essentially like almost Rocket League-esque with like the ball in an arena, and it was played on the server authoritative like beta basically, and it honestly was pretty slick. Hi, Michael. We are working on the bot names right now. So like the NPCs basically generating their names. Yeah, you do Lua, but it's cheap. It's like $80. And like they feed you and there's like open bar and all that. So like I think it's literally just to cover like the food and drinks. The more expensive part is like hotel and flights and all that. Generative text API. I honestly didn't know that existed, but my first response would be, will that take time? Like, I'm sure it's not instant. Is the DevX 8.5% increase? Love it. Yeah, I think so. How many lines of code is this? Is this a game? I can check. 32,000, not including any packages. It depends, Lua. Usually at like the start of the year, I'll do monthly, and then eventually I'll just do like a big DevX at the end of the year because of tax purposes. But yeah. Hey, thanks, Finn Plays. Okay, so that should work. Let's just try generating a bunch of new names again. In what time frame, Lua? Okay. Just focus on this right now, Martin. That doesn't sound that bad, Noimad. I'm just trying to make this like a bit more random and not so predictable, so I'm trying to like just change. I'm gonna change like random order and everything. I know I have like a shuffle somewhere. This should just be in like a module somewhere. What would this even be? Math? Core? I don't know if it's core. Really just be a Okay. Now it'll be random. Way it goes. How many times you say you commit a change to GitHub? I can tell you. 1,001 times in the last year. Alright. I'm liking the names more now. And then inside of battle service server, when we basically roll a bot, we need to essentially set a name to it. Peddler new, bot 1, bot 2. Okay, we can just store the name in here. Yeah, exactly, sub. And we can say oh, not generate op bot. Generate bot name generator. And then whenever the bot changes, yourself dot name 2 is that. And then in here we send battler dot name 2, and again when we skip, then battler name 2. Okay, and then in the client version, Actually, I can just return that. And then result. Oh, I guess right here, about to rewards and name, up name, string, op name. Okay. And then that should work, I hope. Flashy mithril. It works. Cool. Happened a couple times actually. I don't know why that happens, but yeah. Yeah. I know it is bad. On that though. Cool. That, I think the names, battle NPC names. Mark that off. Very nice. I don't know why your messages keep on getting deleted sub. Oh, probably because of your name? I don't know actually. But anyways, they used to be viewports, but now they're actually just image labels. I created a process that ended up working very well, where it would like automatically take all the pictures for me. These are images. As the part ordered sorted. Smallest to biggest for wheels. Weapons, I think, are based off of alphabetical. Same with these and these, but then it's alphabetical, but then by star as well. So I don't know. It is a little weird. I will admit. I've thought about changing. How does that miss? Bro, who coded this? when you drag it out. Ooh, that's close. When you drag it out, it's becoming a real part. Right there, now it's a real part in the workspace. How did you make the UI effect when you hold the part near the cell box? We spent like 5 hours in one stream doing that. It literally took 5 hours, and there's a whole stream on it if you're actually curious. But it turned out amazing, so it was a fun stream. Just a bit more content, I would say, sub. And then also, I mean, obviously the PvP is getting closer to being finished, but there's like, I don't know, there's a bunch of like smaller things as well. Like there's no shop yet, for example, or the whole monetization aspect, and really just clear progression / content. The map, yeah. Map's not finished. Like, I would say, obviously, just by looks, the core systems are pretty much done. And have been done for a decent amount yet, but... yeah. Okay, I'm actually gonna end stream here, though, because I need to go grocery shopping. But... you leave math random blank, it takes a random number from 0 to 1. Like a decimal. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. And it's been good. Alright. Bye everyone.